Well, I've added in all the different reds, and there's still a bit of white creeping through, but that's okay. That's the white paint from underneath, and it's kind of just serving as a little glints of light here and there, little highlights. But I could blend a bit of the petals a bit more here, I think. Like here I could put on a bit of red on the outside of this petal. There as well. And the center kind of got a bit lost there. In the center of the dark red rose is going to be very dark. That's the center. So these petals are folded over here. Okay, so just leave it a bit. Each canvas quality makes a difference. It's a hair or a red line, it's a pencil line. I didn't remove. So now I'm going to do the leaves. And I'm going to start with a deep phthalo green. Might mix it with a little more umber. And I want the leaves to be all around the roses to help bring the roses forward and for the leaves to be in the background. So I just drew on a few, but I'm going to paint on a little bit more than that. Plus these parts of the green underneath them. Sometimes I don't keep that brush. I just mix the code red light with the phthalo green and it gave a nice dark colour. So I used that for the stems. I took some more green, it came out quite light. So now I'll put some more of the mixture on. I'm going to make these leaves underneath quite dark. And so the way I'll do it is I'll just make that center line and then I'll just bring the brush around like that. And that automatically makes a nice petal shape. So I'll just turn the canvas this way so you can see again. Just need a bit more paint. So again, it's a small flat brush, a size 4, if these brushes are anything to go by, 6129F, whatever that means. And then, I mean, the leaves don't all have to be the same, but I was looking at the leaves on my little rose bushes today, and they're all quite tiny and quite delicate and quite similar. So that's what I'm going to do, just like that. So there you have the little pointy edges that rose leaves have. And again, I'll do this one while it's at this angle for me. So just bring the brush in front of it and okay, let's add that. The two sides are just not giving me the same amount of paint. That's good enough, and I might as well do the others while I have it upside down. So these are just two tiny little leaves here on this little bud. Sometimes I don't always attach a stalk to the leaf, which sometimes it looks good, but sometimes it doesn't, because they always do come in. Well, it's a funny thing, rose leaves come in sets of 3s or 5s, and occasionally you see a single one. But and obviously when you do a bouquet, you might remove some of the leaves, so it's not as significant here as it would be on a bunch of roses that are actually still growing in the garden. So you can see I've added a lot of leaves, and the reason is, well, first I want to highlight the roses. By the leaves being a cool green, they bring the warm red forward. But also I'm planning to add in little tiny white flowers called baby's breath. Oh, there's some Latin name for them. And they're really tiny white flowers, and they will only be visible on green leaves. I mean, they'll be in front of the green leaves, but I can't put them on the white background as it is right now. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this background. If I'm going to just leave it this light, creamy white, or if I'm going to make it a light shade of green. I can't decide. So maybe I'll decide as the painting evolves, as it sort of just gets a certain look where I can decide what is going to best enhance these roses. It's all about the red roses. So I mean, I had thought of doing a green background and a glass vase, but now I think I'm going to do a green glass vase, and in this phthalo green, but very thin. So I will add some oil to the paint and make a thin outline. And then sort of from the edges I'll make it darker and lighter to the inside. And of course I've managed to smudge all over with my hand. Somehow the paint always gets in my hand. Nice smudge, which is a great pity. Maybe I'll do another. Some success with that, but not mostly I don't. So I'll bring you back when I have more. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do sort of darker on the outside and then bring it in lighter to show that it's glass and it's kind of see-through green glass. Too clear. It needs to be a bit more subtle than that. And that's the base of the vase, which I wanted it to be quite a thick dark paint around at the base. That's better. So you can see there are a lot of different techniques one can use to get different results, and I mean they all have their, their beauty. I mean, I've seen abstract roses painted without even a proper shape of a rose, just kind of a circle and different shapes and different colours, not even, one colour, not a red rose, or just many colours in the rose. And they can look beautiful. It might not even be a rose, it can be any flower. So I thought of adding carnations to this vase, but then I should have drawn the outline, because carnations have such a delicate, frilly sort of outline. It would be really difficult to paint them without a diagram or sketch. But there's a darker outline. So now I have to think about what to do about the background. I carried on adding a lot of leaves because that's the look I wanted, but also because the baby's breath is going to be all over these green leaves. So, you won't just see as much green. And that's how the vase has turned out, which is, I like it. Now I'm going to do the table, while I still haven't decided what the background is going to be. But the table, I'm using raw amber. I'm not going to mix it with any colour to begin with. So I made it at this very slanted angle. And again, I'm not sure that I wanted to go all the way to the top. I might just do it halfway. I'll see, but this brush is nice for doing it. This angle brush. And it's a size... I used it in so many paintings that the size is no longer visible, but I think it was a size 6, very large brush. So the idea is it's going to be a wooden table, and I need to get a lot more raw amber. So as I was saying, the reds are looking nice, although it's really hard to tell in this light. What I'm seeing in the camera and what I'm seeing in reality are completely different. Much deeper in reality and much brighter in the camera. So, which is the true colour? I think what I'm seeing on the canvas is the true colour. But one never knows how the colour will be downloaded onto the computer and uploaded onto the editor, and then how it will end up on YouTube. Whether the colour will be anything resembling what I see now, I don't know. I don't always go back and compare them. It's difficult to do that. But for now, I think I'm going to add a little yellow. If the yellow is still wet, it does not appear to be. Maybe a little yellow mixed with white to some of the leaves, to just add a little highlights on top here, because these are catching the light on top. I won't add it on the rest. And now I just need to blend it in a little. It's not too much. I'll add it in lightly there. Just add some light to these leaves. And like I said, they're mostly going to be covered by the baby's breath. Don't get too carried away. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it there.